Yeah.
Okay, this is the typical wall of the GI tract. Now, this is specifically the duodenum, but really all of the layers are pretty much the same. So this is the lumen, and this would just be a section of the wall. So from the lumen side down to this pink line. This pink line is obviously muscle. So this pink line is the muscularis mucosa. And from the lumen down, all of this is mucosa layer. Okay? And then it's the innermost cells, the ones that are lining the lumen. These are the endothelium, or I'm sorry, epithelium, because it's epithelial tissue. It's usually one cell thick. It often has goblet cells in it, and they're different depending on which area you're looking at. In this case, it's got these finger-like extensions, so we know it's part of the intestine, but we don't know which part yet. So in these finger-like extensions, these are villi. And in the villi, you see arterioles going in and venules coming out, and in the villi, you've got capillaries, especially over here. And right in the center, you've got this green capillary. This is a lymph capillary. It's called the lacteal. And so the blood capillaries are going to absorb the sugar and the protein, and the lymph capillary is going to absorb the fat in our diet. Okay, the other things that you find, so these capillaries and stuff, everything but this outer row of cells is also called the lamina propria on the inside of the mucosa layer all the way down to the muscularis mucosa. Now, if you find glands, these dark circly glands right at the bottom, real close to the muscularis mucosa layer, these are called intestinal glands. And you find those all along the intestines. So that doesn't tell you much. It just tells you that it's in the intestines, but we knew that already. Below this layer is the submucosa. This is going to be a different color, so you really want to look for color changes. And there's nothing really exciting in here, except if you're in the duodenum, there will be these glands, and they're in the submucosa, and those are called duodenal glands. So now you know you're in the duodenum, the first part of the small intestine. Okay? The next layer is called the muscularis externa, and in most parts of the GI tract, it's two different layers of muscle, and they have two different fiber directions. This is the circular, because remember, this is the wall, and so this is like in a circle. So this is the circular layer, and this layer is the longitudinal layer, so it's going to go the long direction of the GI tract. But they're always right next to each other. In the stomach, you actually have a third layer too, the oblique layer, but only in the stomach. The outermost layer, which can be fairly thin, is called the serosa if you're in the abdominal cavity, and it's called the adventitia if you're still in the thoracic region, like the esophagus. And that's about it.